are greatest leaders in Africa ever?
Greatest leaders in Africa are always Pan-Africanists. When you put aside W.B.E. Du Bois, P.L.O. Lumumba, and Marcus Garvey, I can select for you only 10 African leaders who are great Pan-Africanists.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Thomas Sankara. Yes! Thomas Isidore Noeli Sankara was a Burkinabe military officer, Marxist, revolutionarist, who served as president of Burkina Faso from his coup in 1983 to his assassination in 1987.
Okay.
Thomas Sankara was a radical nationalist who defeated imperialism. According to him, African people were part of the people who could define the future of humanity. Yes! At one time, he was quoted saying that while revolutionaries and individuals can be murdered, you cannot kill ideas. That is Thomas Sankara for you as number 10 best Pan-African.
Wow. Number 9.
Number 9 is Julius Nyerere. Yes! He was the head of successor state Tanzania, which evolved from Tanganyika. He was a major force behind modern Pan-Africanism and also one of the founding members of OAU 1963. He also participated in major events in Africa in the 1970s, including fighting against apartheid in South Africa. He was once quoted saying that a nation which refuses to learn from foreign cultures is a nation of idiots and lunatics. But to learn from other cultures does not mean that we should abandon our own. That is Julius Kambarage Nyerere for you as number 9.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Francis Nkrumah was president of Ghana from 1957 to 1966. Since he was well educated, he transformed that into promoting the philosophy of Pan-Africanism, which he later used it to fight the British, whose interests were economic exploitation.
Okay.
Because the British were taking raw materials from Africa for the British market. He was once quoted saying that the forces that unite us are intrinsic and greater than the superimposed influence that keeps us apart. Yes! And therefore, Africa must unite. That is Kwame Nkrumah for you.
Good. Number 7.
Number 7 is Patrice Lumumba. Yes! He was the Prime Minister of Democratic Republic of Congo, by then Republic of Congo, since September 1960 to around 1961 when he was assassinated. He played a major role into liberating Congo from the Belgians, and also he played a significant role into liberating other territories. He was once quoted saying that Africa is neither French, neither British, neither American, neither Russian. Yes! Africa is Africa. We know the Western objects. Yesterday they divided us into tribe, clan and villages. Yes! They want to create antagonistic bloc. That is Patrice Lumumba for you.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Robert Mugabe. Yes! He was the president of Zimbabwe from 1987 to 2017. He is a strong Pan-Africanist who was equivocal because of his bold moves. He presided over the Namibian Solidarity in 1981, and he also helped the ANC in the guerrilla warfare against apartheid regime, among others. Together with his controversial land reform in 2000, he was a very brave man. He was once quoted saying that Africa must revert to what it was before the imperialists divided it. These are artificial divisions which we, in our Pan-African concept, will seek to remove. Yes! That is Robert Mugabe for you.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Yes! He was Emperor of Ethiopia from 1930 to 1974. He is also a key figure in the Rastafarian movement in Jamaica. Jesus! He was a Machiavellian ruler, hero and Pan-African instigator. Most black people around the world saw him as a symbol of pride and liberation. Yes! He has a lot of story behind Pan-African movement. He was once quoted saying that until Africans stand and speak as free human beings, equal in the eyes of the Almighty, until that day, African continent shall not know peace. That is Haile Selassie for you.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Nnamdi Azikwe from Nigeria. Yes! He was the first president of Nigeria and the driving force behind Nigeria's independence. Yes! He was a true Pan-Africanist because he was against slavery, because according to him, slavery depopulated Africa. Capitalism made Africans poor.
Continue.
Imperialism emasculated Africans. And colonialism deprived Africans of birthright.
Jesus is Lord.
He was once quoted saying that no matter how old an individual may be, no matter how old or young, as long as he thinks according to the times, he is immortal. That is Nnamdi Azikwe for you.
Number 3.
Number 3 is John Joseph Pombe Magufuli from Tanzania. He was the president of Tanzania from 2015 until his death in 2021.
Oh my
He was a
God.
true Pan-Africanist who believed that African problems can be solved in African way by African people. And he used this to help reduce Tanzania's debt burden and foreign dependency. And this developed Tanzania within a very short period of time.
Continue.
And it became a good example to other African leaders that African problems can be also solved in local way.
Wow.
He was once quoted saying that a big population builds the economy. That
Continue.
is why China's economy is huge. He also said that I know those people who likes blocking their ovaries will complain because of my remarks. Set your ovaries free. Let them block theirs. That is John Pombe Magufuli for you.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Muammar Gaddafi. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was the president of Libya from 1969 to 2011.
Continue.
Just like Marcos Garvey and Kwame Nkrumah, he also championed for United States of Africa with one currency. He always presented these ideologies in the OAU summits, pushing for unity governments,
Continue.
saying that this is the only way Africa will develop without Western interference. He was a brave and fearless leader who resisted and was against Western ideologies. He was once quoted saying that even if there comes one day when you do not hear my voice, do not give up, do not despair, do not stop fighting for your freedom until you have victory. That is Muammar Gaddafi for you.
Wonderful. Number 1.
Number 1 is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tebuhaburwa is the president of Uganda since 1986 to date. Some of his views is for African leaders to unite for development and economic empowerment of its people and solve the market issue, because without market, Africa will not get rich. He also advocates that African leaders should create strategic security and fraternity of its people by silencing the guns. And this can only be achieved if African countries worked together. He also said that Africans should unite because we are similar, not only in appearance, but also linked linguistically.
Continue.
He was once quoted saying that I shall not be deterred by people who don't see where the future of Africa lies. It is only short-sighted people who put their opinion in writing. That is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tebuhaburwa for you.
Ruhembo Gwenzura.